Welcome back to The Good,
The Bad,
and
The
The Kino. That was
Nailed
actually our
it.
best one in
9
ages.
months.
Yeah. So welcome back. We hope you enjoyed our last episode.
Well, wait. I have to
Yeah,
apologize.
Moses needs to apologize, I guess.
The audio quality of the last episode was, dare I say, disgusting. It's my fault, but also we were in a rush and we hadn't used the equipment in a while, and I was reading the wrong audio level meter.
Yeah.
Hopefully this week it'll sound peachy.
Yeah.
But I really messed last week up. I probably would have not uploaded the episode last week if we hadn't already missed an episode and it wasn't the London Film Festival episode. I honestly would not have uploaded it otherwise. It sucks that we did the whole London Festival thing and then.
Well, basically, if you listen to last week's episode, just listen to it on like the lowest volume possible.
No, I turned it down. The problem is that we were constantly peaking.
Yeah.
And so it's like distorted.
Yeah.
And not nice to listen to. The audio level is fine. I was not going to turn that down.
Right.
But it's distorted.
Well, hopefully, people can look past the sound audio issues and enjoy the conversation on the London Film Festival. But yeah, we do apologize for that. If anything, this week will probably be the audio quality will probably be too low.
No, it won't.
As an overcorrection.
It was Ryan's fault. He has a gun to my head.
Yeah, it's my fault.
He's threatening me.
It's always my fault.
Also, last week we didn't have this, but it's back. Soundboard.
Yeah, soundboard.
The sound effects are different than last time.
Very different.
We don't have I should steal it and reprogram it.
I'm sure Quest Radio would love that.
Yeah, just add what would I add?
I think you should add. I think you should add a sound bite from either of the debates lately, the U.S. political debates.
Ooh, that would be funny.
Yeah.
So someone goes to press it in a radio show and they just go, "Oh, come on, man."
Yeah. Or shut up, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Classic. America debates, which election next week. So hell yeah.
We voted. Hell yeah. First time voting.
It's actually, isn't that so weird? In less than a week, we're going to find out who the new president is.
Are we, though?
We are.
Because the ballots are going to take so long to count.
Yeah, but I read into it. They are going to confirm it on election day, as per usual.
All the votes won't be counted.
I don't know. That's what I've read. Like, they've said that.
We welcome to the political hour with Ryan and Moses.
Yeah.
Your political correspondents. Wait. I can't remember. What do we study? Political science or Kino?
We study politics and international law.
Oh boy!
So we're here to talk about Donald Trump's war crimes.
Nuremberg trials, please.
Yeah, actually, we don't have enough time for that many, so we're gonna head back before.
Okay.
But this week we're actually not talking about any of that.
You are goddamn too loud, Ryan. Your voice is booming.
My voice has always been loud. But this week we're talking about
and annoying.
Oh. Good comeback. Oh nah, that's the wrong one.
Wait.
That
Thank
one.
you.
That one. There you go. This week we are talking about Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, directed by Michel Gondry, starring Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, and written by our boy Charlie Kaufman.
This is our third Kaufman-Palooza.
Yeah.
Which I think it took us almost 2 months to finish it.
To do that. Yeah.
Episodes missed and problems and whatnot.
Yeah, and this will probably be our last one. Unless,
I'm fine.
Yeah, I hope the new one's so
sad.
good that that is true. Yeah.
No, that's not my problem.
But I've heard his new film's really good. So if I watch that and I'm like, that's amazing.
A friend of the podcast
well.
and absolute darling show loves it. So
yeah, he adored it. So we're excited to watch that sometime in the future. But as for this week, we're going to get into a pretty heated conversation because...
It's not going to be that heated, actually. Last time we talked about this, 2 weeks ago, when we were meant to record this episode, it was heated. But I'm a bit more chill.
Yeah, I'm a bit more chill. I'm going to be as adamant as ever because I adore this film, which I know is like a stereotype for film students, but like...
Ryan has a Pulp Fiction poster on his wall
next
to his Reservoir Dogs, and he's got a picture of... all the Pink Floyd albums painted on a woman's back, bare backs, and their backs to the camera, and they're looking sheepish.
Wow,
that's a
time are you spending in my room? But no, I do love this.
Have you seen that poster, by the way?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it's so famous.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's a sick poster. But
for the record, I don't think it's a sick poster.
Really, I think that's such cool design.
I hate it.
Really?
I hate that poster. It's like my least favorite like stereotypical
Oh wow!
uni poster.
I'm so surprised.
The one where it's like women laying on their backs with the pink
no, they're not
shirt.
laying on their backs. They're sitting at the at the edge of a pool, and their backs are like
whatever.
the albums.
One of those. I hate it.
Oh wow! I think that's such a cool poster. I mean, I wouldn't put it up because I don't put music posters up, but like I think that's such a cool image. But anyways, yeah, I
don't think we're talking about the same one.
Yeah, yes, we are. We definitely are.
We'll talk about this later.
No, okay, yeah, we will. But like, why? Because you don't think I'd like it either? Is that why?
I'm just shocked, and I feel like there's a little bit of miscommunication happening. You've got your laptop out, Jamie, from the Joe Rogan podcast. Let me look it up.
Let me check.
Also, did you see Joe Rogan had Alex Jones on again?
No.
Yesterday.
I saw that he had Kanye West, which I haven't listened to.
Also, he had Kanye West 2 days ago. But he is trying to make Spotify mad, I think. But for the record, I really do not like Joe Rogan. He's a goddamn buffoon.
I don't hate him, but now it certainly just feels like he's like trying hard to.
He's just trolling. He's trying to get out of his $120 million contract,
to remain relevant. You mean this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
I hate it.
I knew we were talking about the same one.
Tell the people what they need to look up to find that.
So, I mean, I just Googled Pink Floyd poster and then just went down Google Images. But,
to be fair, that one's not as bad as other ones I've seen. There's one where it's like women laying down on the beach and it's way more sexual and weird.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I don't think this is that sexual. Really.
No. That one's not that bad. I still don't like it. But that's why I thought there was a little bit of miscommunication because I'm thinking of one that's the same but a little bit like weirder and more sexual.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't. I personally don't think that this.
If I walked into a guy's room and we were like just chilling out and I walked in and I saw that poster on his wall, I would turn around, walk out.
Really?
Not that one. The more.
Yeah, but even the other one, really.
This is a bit, but I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Who knows?
Stop ruining the bit, Ryan.
Anyways.
We haven't talked about the movie yet.
Yeah. So, yes, I adore this film, but I would also like to add as a caveat that I felt very much like Moses when I saw it for the first time. I think it is a film that grows on you and a film that I think people come to love over time because of its rewatchability because like you get more and more out of it each and every time. So, Moses,
as you've
tell us why you're wrong.
I don't adore this movie. It's a good movie. I'll say this. Mm-hmm. It's a good movie. I have a very unique problem with it. That is, unfortunate, and I'm sad that this issue plagues me, but I can't do anything about it. So basically, I've been involved in, film discussion and, learning about movies for a long time, and, in the movie world,
Yeah.
So we both are.
Yeah.
And I took so long to watch this movie that I ended up at, how do I say this? I've known about this movie for so long, and I've known what it's about, that watching it for the first time, after hearing about it for so long, felt like I was ticking off boxes.
Yeah.
Of just oh, yes, this, that.
Yeah.
And I've always kind of known what it's about.
Yeah.
Because it's so out there in the zeitgeist.
Right.
And so I just was it wasn't a pleasant watching experience because I was it wasn't beat by beat spoiled for me. There were still twists.
Yeah.
The actual ending didn't know.
Okay.
The Kirsten Dunst thing.
Yeah.
Didn't know.
Good.
So a lot of stuff like that, but the overall ideas of the film
and the main plot,
just it was rehashing ideas that have been in my brain for so long because people have been talking about this movie for so long.
Yeah.
And so if I had gone completely blind into this movie, or as a Kino baby, not knowing anything about movies at all, I would have loved this.
Yeah.
But basically, because this movie is so out there, and I've known about all the elements, that it felt like a kind of nothing, which. Actually,
deep sigh.
I know. I'm sorry. I wish
okay.
I liked it.
It's all right.
It is a good movie, but in terms of watching it and enjoying it, it didn't hit the peaks I wanted it to.
I think everyone has those.
I also have seen the start of this movie at least twice.
What do you mean?
The whole beach. I've talked about this on the podcast before. The whole beach scene and the train ride. I'd seen that before because someone showed it in the film club, which I co-ran, so I watched it there. And I tried to watch this movie years ago, but stopped because it wasn't the right time.
The movie has a long prologue sequence. The titles don't come up till 17 minutes in.
Yeah.
But we all have those. I mean, for me, I personally think that if you rewatch this, that you would I think separate that aspect of it and look at it differently. but maybe not, because I've had that with certain films. I feel that way about, in very particular terms, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and The Silence of the Lambs.
I need to rewatch. I really need to rewatch that movie because I've not shit talked it, but I've talked not super positively on this podcast about it. We both have.
Yeah.
But it's been
It's good.
Yeah, but it's been a very long time since I did watch it, and I'm a very different Kino man.
Kino
boy than I was.
See, it's only been a couple years for me, so
yeah, but a couple of years we've
different.
Developed as men.
Yeah,
as boys to men.
True, but like I mean normally it's like a longer period of time. Like recently, I rewatched Carrie from the '70s, and when I saw that when I was 16, I was like, I don't like this at all. And then I rewatched it last week, and I was like, this is actually a very good film.
Brian De Palma.
Indeed, but yeah. Anyways, we all those films, and you know, people get pissed. Like I am very adamant about the fact that I think Seven is an infinitely better film than The Silence of the Lambs, because those two are compared a lot. Which like
are they though? Okay.
Yeah, a lot.
Silence of the Lambs is like a I don't like
1994 serial killer thriller.
Well, Silence of the Lambs was not 1994.
It came out the same year.
No, it was 1991, I believe. Or yeah, it was not at all 1994. It was 1991, I'm pretty sure.
I'm very glad I have my laptop. You're correct, 1991, and Seven was
1995.
Yeah, so 4 years apart. But like serial killer thriller movie from the 90s.
Stylistically so different.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of people compare them.
I don't talk about it that much, but it's one of my favorite. I think it's like a perfect film.
Silence of the Lambs.
It's an incredible movie.
See, I don't see that.
I don't gush about it like I talk about like The Social Network constantly or whatever, or Mishima Life in 4 Chapters. But like it is like every element of that movie fucking hits.
See, I just see it as like it's really good, but I don't see it as like. To me, it doesn't have the depth to make it like that kind of a masterpiece. But again, it is all like personal opinion. So like I get it with this film, but I'm interested to like get into the nitty gritty of it, especially because like I have, I think there are two very like distinct readings of this film that I would like to get your opinion on. And I'm hoping that I can over the course of the podcast potentially make you more enthusiastic about the film.
Are you trying to, Miss Robinson? Are you trying to seduce me?
I am seducing you right now. So the first thing I think that the film's about is like obviously and like more overtly is about like relationships and breakups. And
oh my god, what?
Yeah, I know.
No way.
Mind blown.
What?
I mean, the two things that this film's about are both like very overt, but I think what it's saying is less overt, if that makes sense, because I know that's quite a contradictory statement. So
what is art but contradictory, Ryan? I just blew your mind.
Well said. Actually, very well put.
I pulled that out of my ass, but it worked.
Thank you, Moses' ass. That was an enlightening comment. So, I actually want to talk about the title of the film.
Okay.
Because
before we started recording it, I kind of despaired of the title.
Yeah, you were like, oh, I don't like the title. It's too quirky. But like, it's actually a line from a poem.
I just shot myself in the foot.
I can't. I'm gonna look up the actual title of the poem.
Mine's a big dum-dum.
No, I just am Jamie from the Joe Rogan podcast.
Did you actually listen to the Joe Rogan podcast?
I watched clips when I was younger, but I don't really care much anymore unless it's like a big person and it's like they're saying something interesting.
It's too annoying.
Yeah. Okay. So the title of the poem written by Alexander Pope is called Eloise to Abelard, and
should have called what's her face Eloise.
Yeah, that's a little too. That might be a little bit too on the nose. But what's interesting is so basically what the poem's about, which they recite in which Kristen Dunst's character recites in the film. So basically the poem is about the main character who curses like this like a pleasure in her life because it racks her with guilt and she longs to be free of like passion in general. But like as the the story, the poem goes on, she acknowledges the importance that like love has in her life and like that the role of guilt and reflection like play very heavily into like who she is as a person. So like, which is what the film's inevitably about, both in terms of breakups and like how it deals with memories, which again,
this movie deals with memories. You're blowing my mind, man.
It's actually like you would not have noticed this if I wasn't telling it to you.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's actually ridiculous.
This is like one of those videos on YouTube where it's like ending explained for movies that don't need the ending explained.
So many of those.
Wait, what's a movie that does not need the ending explained that I've seen?
The Silence of the Lambs is a great example.
No, Silence of the Lambs,
ending explained. He
escaped and he's gonna eat the guy.
Yeah. I don't know if you got that, but that's what happened at the end of that film. But
movie discussion on YouTube.
Yeah.
Dog shit.
Top tier. So to me, the first time I kind of unlocked this film in terms of like understanding and really appreciating it was after my first major breakup.
You had a galaxy brain moment.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, I get it, because like I think what the film's saying about like when you go through breakups is like, yeah, they're messy and difficult and like they suck and you kind of hate the other person, but like you shouldn't discount like the time you had. Like you should still like appreciate it and look fondly back on it, and like because those moments also like form you as a person. And like I think that maybe is something that might be very well known to everyone in their 30s and 40s, but
Are you trying to say that you have the emotional intellect?
No,
I'm saying as a 30 and 40.
No, I'm saying like when you like when you're in your 30s and 40s when you break up, you already kind of know that. But like as a teenager going into your
as a dum-dum.
Yeah, going into like your adult years, like I don't know, I didn't really know much about the world. I still don't. And like there's
clearly you don't like 2001.
This is an infinitely better film than that. And I think that and I just like that the film does that. And to me that was quite enlightening. And I think it's a great breakup film for that, because it kind of reinforces that.
It's
and then
a
like
good breakup movie. It's
and
a good movie.
And it also like I don't know, it kind of like instills like a little warmness in your heart, just like, oh, like there's like it's okay, things will work out.
I was left equally warm and cold by the ending.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
The coldness is just from the fact that like.
Oh, because it's set on a snowy beach? Nice. Good pun.
No.
It's literally cold.
No.
Nice.
No. Nice one, though.
Nice.
But just the fact that the movie felt like it was an autopsy of a... And I was like dissecting...
Interesting.
The movie's like dead to me because it's been like so like ingrained in my brain.
Yeah.
Just the ideas of it. It's like... I think it also similar. It didn't happen to me with Fight Club, but actually it did for a while until it clicked. Not that it clicked, but like I got over my problems with it. But I think a lot of people have that problem with Fight Club.
Yeah.
Because everyone is like, oh, he's the.
I think a lot of people have that as well with like.
Also, it's
The Usual Suspects.
It's an incel movie.
Yeah, crap like that. Yeah.
It is, sadly.
Yeah, but
tear down your Fight Club. Do you have a Fight Club? You don't
way.
have a Fight Club poster, do you?
No.
Thank God.
Yeah, but if I did, it wouldn't be to be like...
I know. I'm Tyler Durden.
Yeah. No, just more like, I think it's an amazing film.
Not as good as Social Network.
It's better.
Or Gone Girl.
Better.
You told me Gone Girl... You think Gone Girl is a perfect movie.
I think Fight Club's a perfect movie. I think Fight Club and Gone Girl are
you can like a movie
films.
more than another movie and still say that the lesser one is perfect.
Oh, yeah, but I still think they're both perfect.
I think Gone Girl is more perfect than Social Network, even though I think Social Network's better.
That's fair.
I think there are more problems with the Social Network than Gone Girl.
Yeah, I would agree. See, I watch Gone Girl and Fight Club, and both those films, I'm like, I have like almost zero, like I have zero flaws with. With Gone Girl, I have like the most nitpicky thing ever.
Not in terms of plot, but I just realized
in anything.
I think Gone Girl is more similar to Silence of the Lambs than Seven is.
Oh, what?
I don't have time to get into that.
Oh, that is interesting. I'd like to one day, because I don't see that at all. It's so interesting.
More than Seven, at least. Seven, just the fact that it's a crime, like a thriller, that's it.
It's a serial killer. It's a serial killer movie about someone who mutilates people in a very specific way. The main serial killer is a big actor at the time, like all that kind of stuff. Like there are definite similarities. A famous kind of creepy fucks with your head ending. Same pun intended. Same kind of thing. So, oh crap! Almost touched my face there. That's not good.
Don't touch your goddamn face, Ryan. When we're in the studio.
So, anyways, and then I like again the film's back to Eternal Sunshine. I mean, the film's discussion on memories in terms of like not just in terms of breakups, but I love how when Joel goes into Lacuna Inc., you see people who have like stuff of like their dogs or their kids, and they want to forget them.
This movie is way more binge on Malkovich than it is an adaptation.
Yes, but I think this is the best Charlie Kaufman film that I've seen.
Adaptation is the best one that we've seen, and I also think that I would have the exact same problem with John Malkovich if the plot had been like not spoiled, but like just ingrained in my head. The ideas of the film had been ingrained in my head the same way that Eternal Sunshine was.
No, I mean, maybe so for you. I don't know. I think even if you know where a film's going, it's
agree.
to me like more so execution.
And it's about the journey, not the destination. Blah blah
Yeah, yeah.
blah. I don't have problems with like getting a movie spoiled and then watching the movie and still enjoying it. But it's just like this movie it's there are very few movies that like I think would have this problem for me, where it's just like the ideas of it are so instilled in like the populace.
Yeah.
The film populace.
Yeah.
And that it affects me.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I get that, but I think there's so much more underneath because, like, yeah, like that story is there and you know the plot beats, but even like, which kind of what I was referring to.
I wasn't even spoiled on the plot beats.
No, I know, but like the film, like, I don't know. To me, it's not just about like deleting memories of a relationship. It's like, would you delete your trauma from your brain?
I knew,
and I think that's such an engaging question, and like. The film, like, why would someone want to forget their child if they had died?
No,
that, like,
the obvious answer
that's
to
what
me,
I mean.
and also the problem with this, the obvious answer to me is absolutely not.
But why?
Because memories shape who you are.
Yeah, but also,
absolutely,
but there are certain traumatic events that shape you in a negative way. So if you could get rid of that, why wouldn't you?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, but see, I don't think you're engaging enough with it there, because like that's too simple of an answer, because like, and the film doesn't present that in a simple way.
That's my answer.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a disservice to the film, because the film's not asking you like one simple question. It's asking you many questions around that one question of would you.
It's not he's not erasing like a horrible event from his life. He's like erasing a breakup, which like
but he's also erasing memories that are relevant to her.
Yeah, but no, he's like taking away like relationship memories, and relationships are complicated and messy, and he had a bad breakup. Yes, but he wasn't erasing the memory of something like truly like traumatic. Like
yeah, but other people are. And they show you that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Joel.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. The film isn't just about Joel. That's why the Kristen Dunst thing is there as well. It's everyone who.
I wouldn't erase the Kristen Dunst thing.
You wouldn't have.
Like the only way you would erase it is if it was like serious like sexual assault shit, you know.
So you would erase that if you could, if like.
I would be way more open to a discussion on that than I would be a relationship.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Not just relationships. Yeah. Any kind of trauma.
Yeah, but they don't explore that at all.
But I mean, they do and they don't, because
I think the things this is very interesting that we're talking about this. I didn't think the conversation would go here.
Because that's what the film's about.
Oh, I know that, but I didn't think, whatever. I still stand by exactly what I'm saying, so it doesn't change.
No,
anything.
that's good.
Yeah. But I'm talking about what the movie presents.
Yeah.
The movie presents us with two characters who have gotten their memories erased.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually really liked the Kirsten Dunst thing. That reveal, I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Great moment.
Yeah.
I think I cared more about that element of the film than the actual.
That's shocking to me.
Like when they're going into the memories and it's like Jim Carrey like in a sink.
See, I find that bit to be so fascinating because
I don't really care for that bit.
Because he and he said it's not, because at the end of the film, he goes, oh, you know, he wants to leave the house, and he's like, oh, like I left that night, but I shouldn't have. And she asks, well, why did you? And he goes, well, because I felt embarrassed and I didn't really know where I was and I felt out of place and all these things. It's just like he throughout the film, he took her to memories that mirrored the emotions he felt when he first met her. That's the point of those scenes. And then he goes on to delete those memories, those parts of him, those emotions of him, not just the memories of her, but any memory that had an emotion that was associated with her is now gone. Parts of his childhood is gone from his brain. Yeah, that is what's so interesting to me.
That's why you don't want to erase your child. That's why you wouldn't want to fuck with your memories at all.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying absolutely not.
Yeah, no, I mean I wouldn't either, but I just think it's worth exploring before before answering, because it's like on surface, if like you could get rid of like a messy breakup and like a relationship that wasn't really that important to you, yeah, I would. Also, but like because it links to other things in your brain, that's not good.
The whole going into the one of my problems, similar to what we discussed with being John Malkovich, all the characters are so goddamn unlikable.
They're unlikable, but I don't think they're nearly as unlikable as Adaptation or being John Malkovich.
For some reason, Adaptation, yes, they're unlikable, but it doesn't. I don't have a problem with it compared to being John Malkovich.
And Yeah, I mean,
or Eternal Sunshine.
Being John Malkovich definitely has the
worst.
most despicable characters out of the
legit.
three. Yeah.
Horrible people.
Whereas in this, I don't think Jim Carrey's character is that bad.
No, he's not.
The only despicable person.
To watch. He's mopey and annoying.
Deep Sigh Part 2. He gives such a good performance.
I'm not denying the good performance. I'm just saying.
I don't think he's mopey. I think the only truly despicable person in the film is Elijah Wood.
Are you telling me that in that entrance, that intro, which is actually the ending, where he's like, "I'm going to the beach."
He's mopey there because he just had part of his memory erased. He's mopey because he's not himself.
My car is fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm Jim Carrey.
He's like you said, if you don't have your memories, you're not fully who you are. He's not fully who he is in that scene in the beginning.
Ace Ventura, pet detective.
Just start speaking with his butt halfway through a memory.
That'd be better.
Shut up. Elijah Wood to me is the only terrible character in the film.
He's the worst.
Yeah, I actually hate him, and I hate
him and the doctor.
The doctor's unethical in what he's doing, but I don't think he's a bad person. But he's not despicable. You think the doctor's despicable?
I would have to rewatch the movie.
They didn't portray him as despicable.
The fact that he hooked up with the Kristen Dunst, and then she still worked there after the memory wipe of the first time, and then he went in for it again when she kissed him.
No, he didn't go, and she.
I know. But when she kissed him, he was like no, and then they kissed again.
Did they?
Yeah. I'm quite sure of it. That he went back.
I don't know. I think it's unethical what he's doing, but I don't think he's necessarily bad. Versus Elijah Wood's a bad person.
To the point where it's like he's a bad person for doing that.
I don't know, because I think the film heavily implies that because it was her idea to.
Yeah, that's the one leeway I'll give you on that.
It was her idea to get this surgery, which to me also implies that it was also her idea to stay on, like post surgery.
If I was him, I'd just be like, no. You cannot.
But how would you explain that without bringing up the memories again? Oh, you're fired. Why? I didn't do anything. Well, I can't explain. Then I'm going to sue you. Well, if I explain, then it undoes everything I just did.
Or don't give her the treatment.
Yeah, but that's hers. That's her consent. Like, it's her idea.
But
he can't tell her no. He runs a business. It's not their perspective to tell someone no.
You can tell someone no, especially like.
But free will.
Now we're getting into the ethical parameters of this business.
Hell yeah.
This fictional business.
Absolutely. Big smile on my face. But anyways.
Mark Ruffalo's really slimy in this movie, too. No, I'm not. Like, he's just like. Slimy. No, but he's just like. You don't see this type of Mark Ruffalo performance anymore, where he's just like this. Like. He's kind of like a hipster douche.
Yeah.
You don't see that. That's what I mean by slimy.
Yeah. To me, it would have been slimy if he like. Oh, do you actually? I've never been able to tell. Do you think he knew about?
Yes.
Kirsten Dunst, the doctor. You think so?
Yeah.
I can never tell.
Yeah, I'm very sure he did.
Okay.
Just like
because every time I watch it, I have a different opinion.
He's very close with the doctor, seemingly.
Yeah.
He's very involved in the business. I feel like there's no way that he wouldn't know. And it just no it.
But also, he could have been brought on after her surgery and stuff like that.
I still think he would have. I'm very certain.
I'm never fully certain of that when I watch the film. Excuse me.
I do like the ending of this movie.
I think
the repeating.
I think the ending is very good.
And that was unspoiled for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
Shockingly, it was.
Okay.
That and the Kristen Dunst thing.
Do you like that final conversation between Joel and Clementine? Because that used to be my only issue with the film.
Remind me of what it was, of what it is.
When they're listening to Joel's tape of why he broke up with Clementine, and then she leaves, but then he pursues her in the hallway, and he's like, just stay, please wait. And she's like, why? I heard all that stuff. Like, why should I wait? And he's just like, I don't know, just wait.
No, I like that a lot.
And then it's just like, well, we'll do this again. Like, it might hurt, it might suck, but like, let's just try it because we feel something. And it's just like, okay.
That's the point of the movie, though.
Yeah, and I like that now, but when I first saw it, I wasn't a big fan of that because I was like, that feels really anticlimactic to me.
No, it's great because it's like, you erase the memories, so you're doomed to make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
Again, why would you erase your memories unless it was like
that's interesting, is
something horrible?
They don't have their memories, but they still have a part of themselves that's telling them not to do it. So it's not like
No, they have a part of themselves telling them not to do it because they listened to a tape about why it was bad that they did it.
Yeah, but but if it was without your memories, you're doomed to repeat the same mistakes. I think that would be the message if it was they didn't ever listen to the tapes and they just started dating again. You see some of the problems start to come through, but they're fully aware of the decision they're making.
Yeah, that makes it better to me.
Yeah, it makes it better. But what I'm saying is like I think at times I'm still trying to like decipher what that really means. Is like with our memories, we're still like without our mememories, we're doomed to repeat the same mistakes. But even with them, are we going to? Huh?
Charlie Kaufman, Galaxy Brain, he broke your mind.
Because he's a genius.
Wait. Oh shit! I need to look this up. Or you can Jamie it.
Jamie.
You're the Jamie from now on.
Let's go.
There is a movie. Who's the guy who directed Edge of Tomorrow?
Doug Liman. I don't have to look that up.
No. So look up the Doug Liman movie that's been in production hell. They filmed it.
Chaos Walking.
Yeah. You know he wrote that?
Yeah,
partially?
he did. I did.
That blew my mind.
Yeah.
So there's a movie called Chaos Walking starring Daisy Ridley and Tom Holland.
Yep.
That was filmed like in 2017 maybe.
Yeah.
That they've had to do. That they've basically reshot it.
Mads Mikkelsen's in it.
Yeah, I know. Our daddy.
And Nick Jonas.
Our other daddy.
This is David Oyelowo.
I know, it's a great cast.
Damien Bashir, Cynthia Erivo.
I think it's
this is a nuts
I know.
cast.
It's also a big budget science fiction movie, I think.
This sounds so good.
And like Daisy Ridley has a wig in it, I think.
Obvious wig. So the premise is, in the near future, Todd Hewitt has been brought up to believe that a pathogen has killed all women in a colony world and unleashed noise, the special ability to hear people's and animals' minds. Later, he comes upon a patch of silence and soon discovers the source of silence, a mysterious woman named Viola Eade, the first he has ever met. On the run, they learn more about the true history of the New World.
Seems kind of like a generic sci-fi plot, but...
It doesn't. Like, parts of that seem like very all dystopia teen film, and then other parts are like, oh, that sounds kind of interesting.
Thankfully, those have died.
Yeah,
it was Divergent and Maze Runner that put the nail in the coffin.
See, I really do like the first Maze Runner film.
Haven't watched it.
And,
never read the books.
And the Hunger Games films. I think are very
films,
good. Except the last one. The last one to me is boring.
I think I haven't rewatched the first one since.
First two are so good.
The second one is very good.
Yeah, the second one is actually like a legitimate fantastic film.
I
think it's a fantastic film.
I haven't seen it since probably like 2015, so I wouldn't go that far to make a claim like that, but it is the best one easily.
Yeah, I think the first two are great films, and then the last two are like they're good, but
I did not like the last one. And
the last one was boring.
I think the first one is for how small the budget of that movie is. It
is a low budget film. People forget
really
that.
Low budget.
Yeah,
it's quite a good movie for how low budget it is.
Yeah, it's well directed,
and it was like accurate to the book too.
Yeah,
and then the
good performances.
They had absolutely. Like, I know people say this. Why did they split them up? The last two.
The thing is, it would have made more sense if the second one.
No one wanted to be part of those movies anymore at that point. Everyone was too big for it. Jennifer Lawrence was sleepwalking through the last two.
Yeah, through the last one.
Jennifer Lawrence has been was in a trap for a while in a bunch of movies that she did not want to be in.
Yep.
There's Hunger Games and then X-Men, which they literally just killed her off.
But X-Men was worse because X-Men was longer. Longer, but also to me it felt like she gave a lot less of a shit than the Hunger Games.
Yeah. Because at least like Hunger Games,
the Hunger Games was what made her, is what put her on the map.
Well, the same year she did act in a movie that won her an Oscar. The same year.
Yeah, but in terms of popular star lexicon,
being J-Law. Do you remember how big she was in 2013-14?
She was so big until about 2016, and then that's when the backlash of like too much Jennifer Lawrence started.
Yeah, but she's also started doing. She's coming back now, but she also kind of not retired, but
took a break, which is good. I think she also wasn't choosing very good projects. Joy and Passengers weren't very good films.
No, Passengers is a classic movie where the original script.
Oh, if you re-edit that film, it's so much better.
The original script was good, and it got fucked over.
Yeah, it's not a good film.
I can't say it, but apparently stuff went down on the set of that movie, and that's why Chris Pratt got a divorce.
That was a rumor, but that was
apparently.
It's very unfounded.
Well, there's a lot of stuff about Chris Pratt in the news.
Okay, that's different. But
we don't have to talk about that. But welcome back to the NPR Moses and Ryan Politics Hour.
So politics in the world today.
I don't like Chris Pratt.
As a person, I'm becoming more and more dubious of him, but as an actor, I do really like him.
He's part of a super homophobic church. What's it gonna take?
Oh yeah, okay. Well,
what's it gonna take for you, for not to like him, as a person?
As an
actor, I think he relies too much on his debonair.
I don't know.
His
I think
worst,
he's very good.
His worst performance is Jurassic World. What he's doing in that movie is
I
awful.
I agree. I can confirm
But at least
I
like
agree.
Star-Lord, I like his Star-Lord. But Star-Lord, he's doing the tough badass, but he's also a dumbass.
But he also has some. I think he's given good dramatic beats in that film. In those films, and he's really good at it.
You know
as well.
that I think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is I think the best Marvel movie.
Yeah, it's one.
I think it's the best.
You think it's the best? I think it's one of the best.
I saw it 3 times in theaters.
And he's so good in it. His dramatic beats in that film are excellent.
They give him the dopey character, like the who's kind of a dick, who normally ends up with the girl, but in the first Guardians he doesn't. He
doesn't even in the second one. You don't see them get together until Infinity War.
It's great they didn't give him that. That's fantastic.
It's very good writing.
Also, I don't know where they're going to take that relationship in the third one. She's back, but it's also not her.
It'll be. I think what it'll be is like it'll be like Star Trek 3: The Search for Spock.
I haven't seen it.
They're kind of back, but it's like it's about that like finding her and then like reestablishing their bond and blah blah blah. But anyways, back to Eternal Sunshine because
no,
we're coming up on near the end here.
No.
Also no, just no to everything. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to talk about overall moments you really liked, moments that you felt were touching. I also think as a side note, we haven't really talked about, and I actually don't think people talk about much with this film, which I think this film is a great score. And a great theme.
I know there's the song that they played, which Beck has a cover of.
Yeah.
Which isn't on music streaming services, which I was found out the hard way.
Frustrated.
That's stupid. But yeah, no, that song that they play is good. I think I remember liking the score, but like I can't remember a tune.
Oh, I can remember the main theme very well. Yeah, I think the score is great.
I think people do talk about how good the score is.
When people talk about like some of the best movie scores, I think
I don't hear people talk about it as like the best movie score, but as a good movie score, I hear it out there.
Oh, I do not. But again, you're on Twitter and Reddit and stuff that I'm not on, so you see that more.
The internet has no good place for a movie discussion, and it's sad that Twitter is the best of all of them.
That's very sad.
Yeah. Film Twitter is like it's better than movie Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reddit.
Have you heard of this?
Reddit scares me.
Underrated gem called Blade Runner 2049.
Yes.
That's all that.
I discovered that film back in 2017.
That's all that the movie discussion on Reddit is like. That's like. Have you?
I like Reddit then.
No, fuck.
Because I love that movie so much.
It's a good movie, but it's not like
it's top 5 films of the 2010s.
It's not an undiscovered gem.
Oh no.
It did poorly at the box office.
It's not an undiscovered gem, but I think it's quite underrated.
No. It is highly rated. It is highly rated. That is not the definition of that word. God damn it, Ryan. God damn it. You know that's not the definition of that word.
I did that both to tease you.
I know.
And also because I kind of believe it.
How is it what the rating of that? Pull up the ratings of the film.
I already know. It's 88% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, God damn. Oh, boo, boo, boo. Also, Rotten Tomatoes doesn't mean shit. That's just how many people enjoyed it. That doesn't mean anything.
To me, it's a Steve Jobs scenario. It's a fantastic film that lots of people do love, but like.
Okay, it is slightly underrated for you because you think it's like a perfect movie, basically. Oh, not literally, but like.
I think of that year, it could have easily been nominated for Best Picture, and the fact that it wasn't, to me, is kind of baffling.
That is kind of baffling.
See what I mean?
Yeah, but
that's why.
That's the Academy being dumb.
But that's not just the Academy. That's every other major film award circuit.
Yeah, but that's
like to me that is baffling.
That could be that Warner Brothers didn't want to pay for the Oscar push.
But they did because they got a lot of shit. Like
for Best Picture, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so. That made no sense. Sorry, I just saw a text on my phone that might mean I have a job soon, which is very good. But anyways,
you're working in the coal mines, brother.
Yeah, canary in a coal mine. That's a good Police song. If anyone knows the Police from the 70s, which.
If anyone knows, have you heard of this little underrated gem called Roxanne?
Yeah. Actually,
have you heard of Every Breath You Take? Also, did you know that song is actually kind of creepy if you listen to the lyrics?
Oh, it's real creepy. You know what? I think you and I actually. No, it was with my friend Alex in first year when we had like a podcast where we talked about like just things on here basically.
You had a podcast before me?
I did. And we talked about how Baby It's Cold Outside has like kind of rapey connotations now.
Kinda.
To me.
Kinda. Is this a hot take, Ryan?
I disagree that it does. Versus Every Breath You Take is like, that song is
Ryan,
like...
I try so hard to make you not come out as like a weird incel on the podcast.
Oh,
I try
nice.
so hard. But you say things. You say these
Look,
things.
if I said Every Breath You Take is
Ryan,
a
noted
love ballad, then that would be fucked up. That's different.
Ryan, noted woman, has a hot take on
Yes.
what he
I am a
thinks
female.
is creepy or not. I fear, if you don't think Maybe It's Cold Outside is rapey, I fear for your girlfriend. Jesus, Ryan. I would take that back if I was you.
I mean, segue to something else.
I
mean, it is uncomfortable in current day connotations, but I just remember people really being upset over it, and I'm like, there's so many other songs out there that have so much worse than this.
But it's weird because it's like a holiday song, which is kind of like a family friendly kind of thing. So
Yeah, I see that.
It is.
It is a bit weird. Yeah.
I would say a little bit more than bit, but you can always make the argument that like this thing is weird, but there's a lot of weirder stuff out there.
Well, to me, it's just like, whereas like when I listen to I can't listen to Every Breath You Take. To the music analysis, I can't because it is uncomfortable. But it's about a man stalking a woman. It's like it's weird.
I think that
versus Baby It's Cold Outside
is way worse. I can listen to both those songs, but I think Every Breath You Take. It's just musically, I would like to listen to that.
Oh yeah, musically it's very good, but the lyrics are like it so uncomfortable.
It's like 80s, like weird, like it's like a
not even 80s, 70s, like even more dated.
Yeah, but it's like a weird, like 70s. Like this is what the 70s were like, I guess.
It is. I mean, it's a time capsule in that sense.
And this podcast is a time capsule of your dumb fuckery.
Yes, it is.
You're gonna listen back to this in 40 years. Your wife is gonna listen back to this in 40 years and divorce you. You would
be surprised.
And then you'd be like, I'm a free.
Yeah.
I'm single, boys.
I'm a free. Oh man, we can talk about. Actually, let's just tie up Eternal Sunshine because there's two things that we wanted to talk about at the end.
Very quickly though.
Yes.
Wrapping it up,
yeah.
I've explained why this movie didn't hit the way it should have hit for me.
Yeah.
But it's a good movie. It's a good movie. I'll rewatch it sooner than later, I think.
Good.
Just to be like, is this anything that I'll ever return to?
Yeah.
But like, I have no real desires to return to it. That's my take.
So basically, if you've been listening up to this point, you can just skip anything Moses ever said during this podcast because I'm the one with the right opinion this time.
This is the guy who, in our third ever episode, fucking tried to slam dunk the behemoth that is 2001.
Yeah, but
you're gonna try and get a job as a professor or something, and they're gonna hear this.
They're
and
gonna
be
hear this and be like, no.
He said, "Baby, it's cold outside. It's not."
That's not where I thought you were going. Well, then
we're not gonna hire him. We're not gonna let him near any young students
pretty
ever.
Dodgy guy. But anyways, for me,
we're gonna teach at an old boys' school.
No, I would never do that. It's such a toxic environment.
The Boys.
Great show. But anyways, to tie up Eternal Sunshine, I think to me it's a near perfect film, which we've said about adaptation, but I think is also very true for this. I think it's very poetic and very elegiac and very beautiful.
Coming out with the words here, elegiac.
What can I say?
Is it bad that I don't know what elegiac means?
It's just another term for like beautiful, but in a haunting way.
So you're just filling this podcast up with fluff, vocabulary fluff. I see how it is.
I mean, if you consider most of Eternal Sunshine to be fluff, then that comment means nothing.
Parts, like when they're in the actual mind and Jim Carrey's like, whoa.
See, that's my favorite. Because it says so much about them as people and their relationship and how he saw her specifically and his childhood and all these. And it's just, I think it's so beautiful.
Blah, 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 blah,
it's just,
blah,
yeah.
Blah, blah.
I think it says so much about life and relationships and
maybe my heart's
ethics
broken.
and memory.
I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. I think this is an absolutely amazing film, and if no one's seen it, I think you should really, really go see it.
I'm the last person on earth to see it.
Yeah, it is a very popular film. But yeah, so that's our conversation. Moses thought it was good. I absolutely adore this film. But now we want to talk about two things very quickly.
I know about one.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about very quickly, because I do actually think it's quite culturally relevant right now, is Borat 2.
fine.
which we both saw, which I didn't really want to talk much.
It's not an episode.
No, it's not. It's not an episode, but I thought it was hilarious and very good. I think it shows
Also,
Sacha Baron.
do we agree that he was Rudy Giuliani was definitely tittling his
yeah, of course. That is undisputed.
Many people are being cucked.
Oh, that's so dumb.
He was only tucking in his shirt.
So stupid. Oh yeah, you're gonna tuck in your shirt when you're about to have sex. Great logic out there, people. But it's so wrong.
It's not just the tucking in the shirt. Going into a hotel room with a young foreign reporter.
Yeah. Who in the film they make very clear is underage.
No, well, not to him. She's supposed to be
really
but she's supposed to be like an interviewer.
Yeah, but but in the context of the film world where she became a journalist and whatnot, she's an underage.
He did not think she was underage.
I want to look more into that because I'm curious.
From everything I don't think. Say what you want, but I don't think there's a lot to say about that scene. But I don't think he is at all.
But
I don't think he knew that she was supposed to be 15.
I don't know.
The actress is like 24.
We can look more into it later, but there are so many
incredible actress, by the way.
Yeah,
she's
very
so
good. I thought it was a great film, and
better than the first one.
To me, it's on the same level. I think Sacha Baron Cohen.
Close to the same level. It just doesn't have this is new.
I think he is a genius at getting people to expose themselves, and I think I think what he's able to say about modern day America through so many of his projects is unbelievable. So good film. I really think people should watch it.
Online are mad that Borat got political.
The first Borat was political.
No, the first Borat was just a man.
Yeah, it's just
saying
jokes.
My wife.
Nothing political at all.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. No political.
Yeah, at all.
Idiots. Borat sold out, guys.
Yeah.
Next thing.
Yes, very quickly.
We have 4 minutes.
Yeah.
As of recording today, the trailer for the movie Stardust has dropped.
Which is not the 2007 Matthew Vaughn film.
No, it is starring something Cox. He was Daredevil.
Yes, I can't remember.
Claire
Danes was in it, and Michelle Pfeiffer was in it, and Henry Cavill.
So this movie, it's a David Bowie biopic about. This was right before he created the Ziggy Stardust character. By the way, if you watch the trailer, which came out today, they definitely spoil the final shot or the final moment of the movie within the trailer, because they show him as Ziggy Stardust, which is definitely the end of that movie.
They showed way too much.
It's him becoming Ziggy.
Yeah.
And I, if anyone knows me, they'll know that I'm a massive Bowie fan for several years now, and this, on every level, is just
abhorrent.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
This movie was greenlit less than 6 months after Bohemian Rhapsody came out, and you can tell it's very much trying to cash in on that.
Yeah.
I hate Bohemian Rhapsody, and it looks worse than Bohemian Rhapsody to me, based on the trailer. I thought the trailers.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Okay, it looks like Dewey Cox, but not
real.
a parody.
Yeah.
Which is also what Bohemian Rhapsody was.
In parts.
I have huge problems with from the trailer what they're gonna try and say with the movie, because it's making the argument that I'm in America and I wear dresses and no one appreciates that because I'm so progressive, and then Mark Maron's like, you gotta believe in yourself, man.
Yeah.
But what actually happened historically is that the wearing a dress and being androgynous as on stage, which was a gimmick.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It was a gimmick. He wasn't the first to do it, by the way. Mark Bolan was before him.
Yeah.
The T-Rex. That was he took that from T-Rex. And Ziggy Stardust is also a mix of Iggy Pop.
Yeah.
The name itself. But he wasn't the first to do this. But he was very successful at it, though. And it's trying to say that he was a revolutionary and he stuck by his beliefs and being androgynous, whatever. But what happened was very successful in the UK with his Ziggy Stardust get-up and that whole shebang. Not as successful in the U.S., and he only got majorly successful when he changed and appealed more to the U.S. in 1973, because he made more elaborate stage shows that were more appealing to what the U.S. concert scene was into at the time.
Yeah.
And only 10 years later was the U.S. ready for cross-dressing and Twisted Sisters as a concert gimmick.
Yeah.
They were 10 years behind culturally, basically, at the time when it comes to that stuff. And so I just have huge problems with what the movie's trying to say. I have huge problems with the casting, good actor, miscast, not just looks wise, but it gives off the wrong vibe.
Yeah.
Just I could talk about this for an hour.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, I mean we talked about
we
it
can
and
cover this on the podcast if I find it noteworthy enough.
And I'll be brief because we don't have much time, but I'll say what I told you, which is I agree it looks worse than Bohemian Rhapsody, which I know a lot of people don't like. I do like a lot, but this looks a lot worse.
You just like Dewey Cox, but unironic.
It's a good film. And I will not be watching this film because it looks pretty bad, and I'm going to let Moses sit through it instead.
No, you're going to watch it. I'm going to make you.
I'll only watch it if you say it's good. If I hear that from you that it's bad, then I'm not going to
But what if I say we should cover it on the podcast?
Then I'll have to. But if we don't do it for that, I'm not going to watch this film.
I'm going to make you watch it with me.
Because there's nothing notable about it other than the fact it's about David Bowie. There's no one that's directing or writing that's notable.
It's from a production company that is notorious for making unofficial biopics. In 2017, they made a Brian Cox, Winston Churchill one.
Yeah, bad
Same
film.
year that Darkest Hour came out.
Yep.
Have you seen that one?
No, but apparently.
You just said it was bad.
But apparently it is bad.
No, they don't make good movies, and the director is not known for anything real.
That's what I mean. It's not. There's no reason for me to run out to see this film, at all.
I did see that it was premiering at a virtual online festival, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, I doubt it. All right,
I'm so morbidly curious.
The director's name is Gabriel Range.
You done fucked up, Gabriel.
Made absolutely nothing notable. And then.
Well, don't be. Maybe you just haven't heard of it. Hey. He just hasn't
done
anything we haven't heard.
I didn't say he hasn't made anything good. He's probably made good stuff, but
we haven't heard of his stuff before.
Okay, you could make that argument for anything that anyone's ever made. It's notable to somebody. That doesn't mean it's notable in general.
Okay, that's it for this week. Next week we're going to talk about Trial of the Chicago 7. I'm going to shit on Aaron Sorkin some more, even though I like the movie.
As a brief overview, by the way, this guy has made mostly TV movies except for 2 documentaries back in 2010, 2006.
Super duper.
Yeah. Yay. Yeah, Trial of Chicago 7, which I've seen twice now and am very excited to talk about. It'll be a very good episode next week.
I like the movie, but it has classic Aaron Sorkin tendencies, which I don't like.
Yeah, it has a couple issues, but I think overall it is a fantastic film, and I'm very excited to chat about it with you next week.
Let's all stand up and clap.
Indeed.
Stay Kino, everybody.
Stay Kino, and thanks for listening this week, guys.
Sorry about last week, by the way. Whoops.
It's fine. We've recovered, hopefully.
Nope.
Mostly.
Because you said, baby, it's cool outside.
Here we go.
Bye, guys.
Bye.